Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step how you can build your email list and an awesome lead magnet using Kajabi. This is often the very first thing that you will need when you are a digital course seller, when you are stepping into this world of selling online courses or digital products. And this is often a step that beginners get very, very wrong. They either create a lead magnet that is completely terrible, or their landing page isn't perfect, or they don't follow up with the correct email marketing sequence. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do all of this, how to create a lead magnet, how to build out your opt-in page, and how to create a beautiful welcome email sequence that gets people ready and wanting to buy your product. I also want to make you an offer. So if you are new to Kajabi, rather than going straight to the Kajabi website and picking up the standard 14-day free trial that is available to the public, if you use my partner link, which I will leave in the description, you can get an exclusive 30-day free trial. On top of this, I will also give you access to the Holden Academy Elite package, which includes 2 of my courses. One of them will teach you how to actually use Kajabi, and the second will teach you how to go from 0 to 10K per month with digital products. On top of this, to make the deal even better, I will also give you access to my insider community, where you get one-on-one access to me with coaching calls. You can ask me any questions that you like. A fantastic deal right there. And to claim this, all you need to do is sign up to Kajabi using my link. So the first step to creating this freebie funnel, as I like to call it, is to create a beautiful lead magnet, right? We need a lead magnet that is not only enticing, but when people actually get access to this, they are amazed by the amount of value that is in here. They are amazed by the quality of this. You essentially want your customers to think, well, if this is what they are giving away for free, imagine what their paid content is like. This is what you want going through the mind of people who opt in. So the best way to go ahead and create a lead magnet like this, we want to be using a software called Canva. So this is Canva right here. I use this for basically everything inside of my business. As you can see, I just have so much stuff going on here. And with Canva, you want to get access to Canva Pro so that you can access all of the tools that they have in here. Once again, I will hook you up with a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro in the description. With this, you can simply sign up, you can create your lead magnet, you can create everything that you need, and then you can cancel it before you get charged. So once you have signed up to Canva Pro and we are inside of here, what we can do is right at the top, and this is why Canva is so powerful, we can go in here, we can type in lead magnet, right? So we type in lead magnet and we have all of these beautiful lead magnet templates that we can essentially use. We can create into our own lead magnet. So all we want to do is choose one of these templates right here. I'm going to go for this one because it looks absolutely fantastic, right? So what we're going to do is just click right here on customize this template. And this is now going to open up in Canva. So we have the template ready to go. The next thing that you might be wondering is, okay, cool. So I've got a template, but I just have no idea what my lead magnet is going to be. I know my offer, I know my niche, but what lead magnet is going to fit? Well, this is where I recommend using the power of AI to help you come up with an idea for your lead magnet. So this AI is called ChatGPT. You've probably used it before, but if not, I will leave a link to this as well. It is completely free to use. Just sign up for an account. So in here, we can go in and say, I'm in the, and then whatever niche you are in, I'm going to say digital product selling niche, and I teach people how to sell digital products. I need a lead magnet for my content and I'm creating an ebook. What should this ebook be? So just feel free to copy this prompt. Obviously just replace this niche with whatever niche you are in. And then we can ask ChatGPT exactly what this should be. So we have 10 digital products that you can create and sell in the next 7 days. The beginner's blueprint to launching your first digital product. How I made my first $1,000 selling digital products and how you can too. And I like this one. This is like a personal story format. As it says right here, people love stories. These are super effective, right? So I'm going to go for this one. How I made my first $1,000 selling digital products and how you can too. So we can essentially copy this title right here, and we just want to add this into this Canva template. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this bit first of all. We can put that in there. How I made my first $1,000 selling digital products. And then just underneath, I'm going to say, and how you can too. Now we might need to make this text a little bit smaller, just like that. We can align this maybe there, and awesome. This looks fantastic already, right? Then for the images for this background, you want to make this align more to your brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this random image that we have right here, and I'm going to upload my own image of myself. So we can go in and I'm going to add this image right here. Absolutely beautiful. Maybe move it across a little bit, and perfect. And then my brand colors are blue. So I'm simply going to select this color right here, change this to blue, and then maybe at the bottom, we can even change this to a darker blue. Let's see how that looks. Unless we have, this is the point, we just want to play around with this. Maybe we make that blue, and then awesome. I really, really like the look of that. Then we want to go down and we can customize the rest of this, right? So about the author, I really like the idea of this. This is a page that we can keep. I just need to find another image of myself, and we can pop this one in right there. So you might need to do a photo shoot if you actually want this to look really good, which I recommend. Put some time in, do a photo shoot, and you'll get something like this. Then you can go down and you can add a little bit of information about yourself. What I'm going to do is not to bore you with the details and sit here and type this all out in front of you, is I'm just going to use AI to do this. But I wouldn't recommend actually selling a product that is completely AI. I'm just using this in this example. So we can add this in right here. I maybe want to make this text a little bit smaller, just like this, so that it actually fits in. We can maybe move this name down just a little touch. And perfect. We now have this page created as well, right? And then all I'm going to do is just make this congruent with the rest of my brand colors. Awesome. We now have that created as well. So we can go down, and from this point, you just want to edit all of this text. You want to start creating your ebook. And right now we just have one page. So what you can do is if we come here and we don't have enough pages, we can just copy some of the previous pages. So this is 1. We would just change this to 2, and then we can add the title at the top. We can change this text right here. We can change this text. You could even delete these right here if you want a different layout, and we can just bring this down. At the bottom, this is a fantastic idea as well. You can go ahead and promote your product at the bottom. So the last page of your course, we could say, check out my courses. And then we could add a link right here that is going to send people to these courses. But just in this example, I'm going to leave this as it is. You get the idea of we want to go ahead and we want to edit this to make this your professional ebook. Add as much information as you can, all of your knowledge in here. And then all we have to do is go ahead and download this ebook. And this is now going to be saved to the computer. From here, what I would also recommend doing is saving all of these pages individually as a PNG, because we can use these pages on our opt-in form to make our opt-in form look even better. So to do this, we just want to go to share, switch this over to PNG, and then we can go all pages 1 to 6 and click on download. And this is now going to download each of these individual pages as a PNG file. Awesome. So we now have our lead magnet created. We now have our ebook created, and we can now head over to Kajabi and actually start creating our funnel. So to do this, we just want to hop over to Kajabi right here. And the way that I would recommend doing this is if we go straight into funnels, the funnel that we can build isn't as effective. Like the templates that we can get and the customization just isn't there. So first of all, we want to create both a opt-in page and a thank you page as individual pages, and then we can piece them together in the funnel. So the way that we do this is we want to go over to website right here and go to landing pages. And then when landing pages loads up, we go to add a new landing page. And the first thing that we are going to create is, of course, our opt-in page. So we can just scroll down until we find the opt-in pages, which is going to be this option right here. We can open these up and then we can choose the one that we want to go for. Now, the one that I really like that allows us to add in the images of the ebook is going to be this page right here, which is created. This is a long page, so we want to kind of remove all of this. With the opt-in page, the whole idea is this is just super simple. There's no distractions on here. It tells people to fill out the form, they get the ebook, and that's it done. We don't need anything super complex for the opt-in page. So we can click on get started with creative, and I'm going to go ahead and just call this opt-in page just like this. And then when this loads in, we can simply go down right here. And we essentially want to delete everything. So from the triangle, the testimonial, this other triangle, the bio we can delete as well, this triangle and the CTA. And then we just have this very simple page right here with just this top section. Then in here, we can just start really customizing this page and adding in all of the copy that we would like to. And once again, I'm just going to use ChatGPT for this because I don't want to sit here for ages and try to think of some beautiful copy to write here. So all we have to do to make changes to this page is click into the text, and then we can edit the text to say what we want it to say. So in here, I'm just going to paste in steal my step-by-step strategy for launching profitable digital products. And then we essentially just go down and edit all of the text on this page. So in here, I now have this all created and customized. This is customized to my own text and it now fits my product. And then in here, where this image is, all I'm going to do is click on edit, select image and upload a file. And then in here, all I'm going to do is go into the images that we grabbed earlier, and I'm going to drop my image in. The first image of my ebook, we can upload the file, and this is now going to be dropped in right here. Awesome, right? And then what I'm going to do is also change the background color. So we can click in here to background and change this to more of our brand colors. So I'm going to go with a lighter blue once again. And then down here for the button, we are going to click into this and first of all, change the text. So for me, I'm going to say, I want this. I think that's a much better call to action. And then just go ahead and save the page. We still need to edit when we click on this button. We need them to fill out a form, right? So we just want to click into the button, and right here it says free guide, enter your details below to get this gift. So I'm going to say enter your email below to receive this ebook. Awesome. Then right here where it says click to select a form to display, we don't have this form created yet, right? So all we are going to do is on the left-hand side, we click right here where it says edit your forms, and this is going to open up a new tab. So we want to go in and create a new form for people to fill out. So I'm just going to call this ebook opt-in form, just like that. It's a little bit of a typo, but it doesn't matter. Nobody will be able to see this. In here, so the opt-in settings, you have double opt-in and single opt-in. It says recommended double opt-in. I disagree with this. Double opt-in is going to be valuable for people who have huge channels already. They have funnel hackers that are going to be wanting to check things out. They have bots that are potentially trying to get into their funnel. You don't need to worry about this as a small creator. What double opt-in does is it means when somebody fills out their form, they then have to go to their email and confirm the subscription. It just adds extra friction. With a single opt-in, they just enter their email and then they are straight on your email list. Then down here, name and email, that's all we need. We don't need this overly complicated. We can click on save right here, and this form is now created. So we can close this tab down, and then in here, we can now select the form that we just created right there. And then if we go to save right here and make sure this is saved, we can then click back into this button. And as you can see, we now have the name and email. So the last thing that I'm going to do is just go in here to the button and change this to a blue color with this call to action. And perfect. We now have this all set up, right? So we can click on save and we now have our opt-in page created and it looks absolutely fantastic. Final thing that we might want to do is just up here, actually, I forgot to mention this, click into the header. We don't want this. This is just a distraction. And then go down right here to delete this block. We just delete this and then this is going to be gone. So we save this and we now have our opt-in page created. So we can now go back to landing pages right here. And the second thing that we need to create is a simple thank you page. When somebody has opted in, we just give them a thank you page and say, thank you, your email has been received. You will get the ebook in your email. So all we do is create a new landing page right here. This time we are going to go down to thank you. And just to keep this congruent, we'll go with this exact same one with creative, but you could go for one of these other ones. I think this just looks better and more congruent. So I'm just going to call this thank you page, just like that. And then in here, it's super easy to edit. We don't need to add images. We don't need to play around with this much at all. All we really need to do is change the text, change the background color, and that's it. We're done for the thank you page. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go to background and change the background color to this blue color. And then in here, I'm just going to say your submission has been received. Just back out of this and then say, congratulations, you will receive the ebook in your email. And then we might want to say down here, we'll put this in asterisks. If you have any issues, please contact me at, and then you can enter your email in here. Just go example@example.com. Right. And then maybe if you have like a YouTube channel, we could say, go to my YouTube channel. We could add the link in. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. We don't really need this block right here. Then for these triangles, these are pretty irrelevant as well. We really don't need these. So I'm just going to go back and right here, let's delete this triangle. So we now have that thank you page created. Once again, let's just go up to the top and we can delete this block as well. Awesome. So we now have this thank you page created as well. And all we now need to do is piece these together in the funnel and actually set up our email marketing so people can, first of all, receive the ebook and also receive marketing emails that are going to push them towards our paid product. So all we are going to do is back out to landing pages right here. Now we are going to go into marketing and open up funnels. And then once this funnel area has loaded up, we can create our first funnel right here. And we want to go down to blank. We don't want to use any of these templates. And then I'm just going to call this ebook funnel, nice and simple. And once this has loaded up, it's going to give us like a random blank page that we don't need. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to go in and delete this. So we click on remove. The first page that we are going to add in here is an existing landing page. This is why we set them up first. And the first page is going to be the opt-in page. So we just click on save right here, go to the next funnel step. Whoops, that's an offer. Go to the page, existing landing page, go down and set this to thank you page. Perfect. So we now have this funnel set up. That's it. That's all we have to do for the funnel, right? Very, very easy. So we can now go back. And the last thing that we need to do is set up our email marketing. So we now want to go into email campaigns on this left-hand side. From here, we can create a new email campaign and we want to create an email sequence. So this is a sequence of emails that goes out on autopilot. So for the sequence title, let's just call this ebook email sequence. We can click on continue. And then in here, rather than using any of these templates, these are irrelevant. These are more for e-commerce brands. Honestly, I don't even know why Kajabi offer them, but we just want to go to the classic editor. Then the first email that we are going to send out is going to be giving these people the ebook that they're signed up for, right? So day, we want to set this to 0 so that this goes immediately out after somebody subscribes to the sequence. And then in here, we can type the email. So I might say, thank you. Here is your ebook. And then we can go down and do the same for the subject. And in here, we can start typing up the email. So we could say, hey, name, thank you. This is a terrible email, but just as an example, thank you for signing up. Here is your ebook. And then all we have to do to actually add the ebook in is highlight this text, go up here to upload file, and then we can browse files. And then all we are going to do is grab the PDF right here and drop this in. And this is now going to be our ebook, right? This is what we are going to attach. So then all we are going to do is click on this and it says download now. So what we could say is you can download your ebook using the link below. As I said, not the best email in the world. I would never actually send this, but just as an example, we create the email, we have the download link in here, and we can click on save. So this email is now created. Then you want to go through and we can create the rest of the email sequence. But before we do that, we need to add a trigger. And what the trigger basically says is this trigger is going to say, when somebody fills out the form that we created earlier on the opt-in page, they are then going to be added to this email sequence. So we click on triggers right here and we can add a trigger. And I would need to set this up. This is just because this is a demo account, but we could go down and we could say when this form is submitted and then which form. We go for the ebook opt-in form, then they are going to be subscribed to this email sequence. So we can go ahead and save this right here. And what this now means is when somebody fills out our form, they will be added to this and they will immediately receive the ebook. Then from here, we just add in new emails, go to the classic editor, And we can say this is 1 day after they subscribe. So the next day they subscribe, they receive the ebook. The next day we send them this email. And then you can essentially go through and just type out your emails here, add as many emails as you would like. And we essentially want to write the emails. We can add links in here and send people to our products. So now just to test this out, let's go back to the funnels area and just make sure this is working. So we can go here and copy the link, paste this in, and we can see that this is preview mode. So we can go down, click on I want this, and I can enter in my name and the email address that I would like to use. And we can click send it to me. Once this goes through, we now go through to the next page. Your submission has now been received. And if I go back over to Kajabi, just to make sure that we have received this email, let's go to the Kajabi dashboard. And as you can see, I now have one opt-in. This is the opt-in that I just created. And just to show you this, we can go to all contacts. And this is the email I just signed up with, right? So awesome. We now have that set up. The funnel works. The emails are going to go out on autopilot because we set them up. We added the trigger, and that's everything that we need to do. So that is how you can build your email list using a lead magnet, using an opt-in page, and setting up email marketing with Kajabi. If you enjoyed this video, this channel has a bunch more content like this, showing you how to use Kajabi, how to sell digital products, and how to get started with your digital product business. So if you want to see more content like this, tap that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the like button as well. And until next time, take it easy.